Hey there, good looking. Join me in this total body yummy stretch session. This can be done after a workout, as a recovery day workout, or just as a standalone one. You just simply want to stretch out the body. The only equipment you need is access to a wall, and I also recommend a pillow or a yoga foam chip block for a couple of the moves. Now, if you're doing this in real time, this is also day 18 of our Unstoppable Challenge, Volume 2. So this is your recovery day. All right, let's go get started. All right, as mentioned, I recommend placing a pillow or a yoga foam chip block under the hips. It's always nice to have the hips just a bit taller than the knees. Now, cross-legged, stack your spine nice and tall in the body. Mirror me, take the arm up and over, and then rotate the shoulders, chest and gaze up to the ceiling. Lengthening the side of the body. Release, other arm, straight up. You shouldn't be doing deep flexion type movements. For instance, osteoporosis, you'll just limit your range of motion on these lateral stretches. Open the chest and gaze to the ceiling. Release. Bring the ear to the shoulder. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, take that hand and gently guide that ear to the closer to your shoulder while you walk the other hand away. Stretching the side of the neck. Chin stays centered. I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Just focus on your breath. Release the hand if it's there. Bring the chin so now it's pointed down to the opposite armpit. Bring the hand now more behind the head and gently pull down. To center, other side, ear to shoulder. See how that feels? If you want a bit more, it's a very gentle pull. Chin to armpit. Not sure why I said opposite armpit when we did the other side. Just chin into the armpit. Walking the hand further away from the body on that arm that's lengthened. Stretching into the neck as well as another muscle called the levator scap. Can get quite tight with our overhead press motions that we do when we work out. Shoulder presses, chest presses. Back to center. Extend one leg straight out. Pressing the knee into the mat. Step the other leg over. Grab onto that knee with the opposite arm, and then if you shouldn't be twisting, you'll just hold here to get a nice glute side of glute stretch. If you are able to twist, you're going to look over that shoulder. Both glutes on the mat. Really pulling that knee in towards that opposite armpit, getting that stretch into the glute and side hip. Unwind. Let's take this leg and just let it drop out to your side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, leading with the chest towards the toes, stretching into the hamstrings. You can have a slight rounding of the back by all means, but don't hang off of that upper back. I almost liken it to leading with my chest. Hands can walk down the calf, resting on the mat. Whatever assists you in getting the best sensation that you need in that hamstring. Walk yourself back up to seated. Extend your other leg, step this one over. Grab onto it with the opposite arm, pull it into the armpit. Stay here if you have osteoporosis. Otherwise, I want you to add that twist, really lengthening the spine while we twist and look over that shoulder. Hands beside our hip to help support us. Leading with your chin, getting into the neck as well. Other foot is active, back and knee pressing into your ground. And 2 more breaths. Come back to your center. Release that leg out to your side. Knee pressing into the mat, foot active. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Find the sensation that you need for this hamstring now. Gaze is just past your toes. Or maybe you've opted to close your eyes to really tune in to the sensations in your body. Coming back up to center, crossing your legs again. Just mirroring me, arm is out, fingertips down, pull the hand towards the body while we rotate the thumb away from the midline, stretching into the forearm extensors. Shoulders relaxed. Release, other side. And release. Finding a wall or a side of a piece of furniture. Position your pillow or mat just in front. Take your right knee on your pillow and then rotate the front of your foot resting on your wall, furniture. The end of a couch works fine. Note that the closer this knee is to your wall, the more intense the stretch is, so you can adjust accordingly. From there, we're lifting up and then extending. We're going to feel the stretch in the quad, but we also want to get into the psoas. Group your hip flexors. Now let's just add a little movement here. Hands at shoulder, reach up, back to center, reach up. Now just reach up and hold. Two more breaths. Release the arm first. Rotate your body and slide that top of the foot off of your wall. All right. So other hip now close to the wall, other knee on your pillow. Bring that foot up. Recognize that each side could feel quite different. So adjust accordingly. And then you're upright, squeezing this glute, leaning back slightly. Hands at shoulders. Let's add some movement for 4. Reaching up and over. On this side, reach up, over, hold. Back to center, slide off of the wall, come back onto your mat. Inhale the left arm up, reach up, exhale, thread it under, sit back on the hips, walk the other hand forward or bring it behind the back and walk it towards the thigh. Palm is up on this arm that's threaded under the body. Stretching into the upper back, shoulder, and then into the low back and glutes. And perhaps even in the front of that other arm if you've walked it around the back, grabbing onto that quad. Let's release, bringing that arm back up to the ceiling, reaching it, planting it, other side, reach and look, thread it under, head to ground, walk that arm up or around the body, grabbing onto the thigh. Release that hand behind your back, press it into the ground, bring this arm up, look up, reach up, and release. Big toes together, knees open, elbows to mat. Walk the elbows forward while you sit back and rest the hands. Sorry if my shirt just hit the mic, but rest the hands on the back of the head or neck or back. And then walk the arms forward some more and really drop the chest to your mat. I want you to think about extension in the mid-back area. Release the arms, palms up, sit back. Elbows may lift off the mat ever so slightly, but we're trying to really rotate the palms up. And now palms down, press up, tuck the back toes under, drive the hips up to the ceiling, downward dog. Make what adjustments you need to make so that the ears are beside the biceps, the feet are hip width and pointed straight ahead. And then corkscrew the elbows so they're almost pointed down to the mat, not flaring out to your sides. Grip the mat with your fingertips, take some of the pressure off of the wrists. And from here, feel free to pedal each foot. We're driving the heel to the ground to lengthen the back of the body. Inhale the right heel up towards your sky and then bend through the knee and open the hip up a little further. At the same time, we're dropping the left heel to the mat, pressing the ground away from us with the arms. And now, bring that right knee to right forearm, ankle to left, wrists drop down. Now, if this is called pigeon, if this doesn't work for you, and it doesn't work for everybody, I want you to go into figure 4. Otherwise, press yourself up to start. Walk this back leg further behind you. If you have a block, you can place it under that right hip. If you want to take it a bit deeper, forearms to ground. You can even take a block and position it to support the forehead too. We're lengthening that back leg, stretching that front of the left leg as much as we are stretching into the right hip. Gaze is soft, or maybe the eyes are closed. Place whatever props you have just off to the side. Press your hands up. Tuck your back toe under. Lift yourself up so that you can freely step this leg back and go back to downward dog. If you are in figure 4, you can sit back do knees to chest, or press up and join me here in downward dog. Maybe pedaling those heels again. Pressing those hips up. Inhale, left heel to ceiling. Now bend that left knee, open that left hip. Press the ground away with the arms. Press now that right heel to our ground. Square yourself, left knee to left forearm, ankle to right wrist. Sit back. If this doesn't agree with your hips, figure 4, the other side. Press the hands into the mat. Let's lengthen that leg behind us. Press our bodies up. And if you'd like, drop down onto the forearms. And you can even drop all the way down onto the ground, maybe using whatever props you have available. Pillows, yoga blocks, to rest the forehead, or even simply stacking your hands. Come on up, remove whatever props you have. Start by tucking the back toe under, lifting that leg up, pressing up with our hands, and downward dog. A few breaths here. So if you were in figure 4, come and join us here. Rolling ourselves into high plank, maybe coming onto the knees, lowering ourselves down, and then pressing up onto the forearms. Backs of the legs are long. Let the chest lift and the belly drop and the head look up. Shoulders away from ears. Gaze is straight ahead now. Slowly look over the left shoulder, center, other shoulder. One more time, each shoulder. Gaze is forward, pressing up. If your back feels okay with this movement, perhaps you're sliding the hands right under the armpits, elbows tucking in, and pressing up. Two more breaths. Lower right down. Place your forehead on your hands, bend your knees, and just windshield wiper the legs side to side. And release. Pressing yourself back, and then coming onto your back. Knees to chest, maybe rocking side to side. And extend the legs straight up, hands on the inside of the knees, press the legs open, and then bring the hands to the outside to just provide some support. So my upper arms are resting on the ground, while my hands are supporting the outside of each leg. Stretching into the inner thigh, into the groin. Just allowing gravity to help assist with the stretch. Bring the legs back together. Left foot to ground, right leg extends. Pulling in till we feel the sensation that we're looking for in that hamstring. And if we'd like, straighten the other leg. Now with the right foot, I want you to flex it so we get into the calf as well. Pulling those toes towards your shin. Now just relax the foot and see if you can guide the leg in a little closer. Foot to ground, other leg comes up. Find your desired stretch, and if it feels good for you, straighten the other leg. Back of the neck is long. Trying to relax all the other areas of the body. Now let's flex that left foot. Toes coming to shin, heel pressing up to the ceiling. Relax the foot, so you can drive that leg in towards you a bit more. Release. Release this left leg to the edge of your left side of the mat. Now cross the right leg on top, keeping both glutes on the mat. Arms extend above head. Grab onto that right wrist with the left hand and then walk yourself towards that left edge of the mat. So you're creating this banana shape to open up the left side of the body. Pardon me, the right side of the body. Again, we've got that right leg crossed on top of the left. Both legs and hands and head working themselves towards that left edge of your mat. And then press that right glute onto the mat and breathe. Back to center. Release the hands. Now let's take that right foot to the outside edge of the mat, right side. Left leg crosses over. Grab onto the left wrist with the right hand and now walk yourself towards that right edge of the mat. Left shoulder, left hip, glute on your mat. Head relaxed on the mat. And release to center. Open the legs up, maybe even mat width, so the arms drop by your sides, fingertips up. Let them curl in. Let the toes drop out. And then lift the head up, slide the chin in, and let's lengthen the back of the neck. We're here for a few breaths. Face is relaxed, jaw, neck, shoulders and chest. No tension in the glutes or hips. Feeling the weight of the body pressing into the ground. Place some movement now in the feet and the fingers. Let's bring the knees back to the chest. Hands coming on top of the shins if that's available, or perhaps behind the hamstrings. Maybe you've opted to rock the knees side to side again. Just let your knees and body come to the left side. Head still supported. And just breathe here.
Let's use our arms to press ourselves up to a seated position. Gaze is still soft. Maybe finding that block under the hips again, or that pillow. Finding that nice tall spine that we started with, vertebrae stacked, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale. Closing the mouth, finding a normal breathing pattern that's comfortable for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, as well as reading your comments down below. Have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.